What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of EVE Online, picking up more or less where we left off. So I did the newbie missions. I'm trying to remember how I found them. I think it was under, yeah. So you click off and click back onto agent missions and you get career agents. Um, I did the Enforcer career agent, or at least the first tier of it, I guess. This has now unlocked a second one. This is going to recommend some skill trees for you to start off with. These are all really good trees. Um, I did get, and I showed you guys in the last video, I do have the million skill points here. I'm trying to figure out what ship I want to fly. This one right here is one I really like the look of, but I think is this not Omega only? I guess not. I guess not. All right. So this is kind of the one I'm leaning towards. It's about, I think it's a month out from training wise. So if I were to pick all this up, it would it would be a bit of a train. But this is about, let me pull the DPS in, void, boom. I think it's like 200 DPS, which isn't terrible for a frigate. So only problem with this frigate is it is a bit pricey. I'm going to need to find a T1 variant that is not a Navy Comet. Probably something like this Atron Plexing fit. This is only 12 days. And it should have a lot of similarities for the other one. This one, though, I believe is a bit of a reduction in the old deeps. It's also kind of an interesting fit. It's a shield fit for Galente, which I guess isn't terrible, but it's about half the DPS. This should be enough to do most scouts and most smalls, but I'm not sure. I haven't flown Incursuses ever, so if you have a good Incursus fit, by all means, link it in the comment section. I'll give you a shout out and we'll run with that. There's also, the Kestrel is a really good ship. And this is actually a great PvE and PvP build, and I can get it in 49 minutes. You'll also notice it's cheap as fuck. So I'm probably actually going to pick this one up. Yeah, let's see. How much does it cost to... Holy shit, am I able to train? Are those just like baseline? No, they are not. Did I miss the pop-up? Let's try it again. Add to queue. Skill queue updated. I'm not seeing the skill queue updated. Am I dumb? Add to queue. Skill queue updated. I don't think it's working. Okay, well, let me drag that down. We're just going to add those two skills. I think it was rockets and what? Caldari frigate and rockets 1. Not a problem. So we'll just do Caldari frigate. So we don't have it. We need to buy it. So I'm going to go ahead and buy an inject. Cost is 65,000. That's not a bad deal. Put that up there. We'll go ahead and do 32 minutes. In fact, I'll probably pick up the second one. And then it was rockets, I think. Oddly enough, I've literally never used rockets. I like how that's showing. That's weird, because usually when you click this, it will give you a pop-up that will tell you to add it. I'm kind of confused why it's not doing that. It might just be bugged. I don't know. So we'll come up here. We'll do rocket. We'll have to buy those as well. It's only 39,000, so we'll go ahead and buy an inject. And then I'm going to add it. Actually, I'm going to put it in front, and then we'll put it behind. There we go. So we won't be able to fly this tonight. And I don't really have plans on flying it tonight, but I did want to show you guys something else. So after I completed the, what was it? The story mission, I went out here to Hadales. It's through Old Man Star, and this is kind of where everything's hopping off right now. It's one of the main fronts. You pretty much have these here, these here, these here, and then you probably have another one up here. This one is just permanent. You can never, I mean, they've lost the system, but this will always be a front line because it's touching HISAC. So for ease, because you have two types of plexing. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My throat is trying to kill me. There's two types of plexing. There's offensive and defensive plexing. Offensive plexing is going to be here on the Caldari side. Not here, here, and here. You can tell the difference by holding your cursor over it. And you can see it's contested, but it's on their side. So this is us taking their system, and this is them taking our system. So offensive, you are offensively taking, you are fighting in enemy territory, you earn more LP. Defensive plexing, you are basically securing your own front and you get less LP. So if you're in it for money, offensive plexing is key. So I went out to Hadley's and I didn't get OBS open, which is kind of on me. And I was basically just going to set up there and take a look. Well, I went out to a site and I landed and there were 3 wrecks, and I helped myself to the wrecks and just happened to get this item right here, which is quite expensive. So you guys will remember that Kestrel here just a second ago that we were looking at is roughly 5 million ISK. This ship right here, that one module pays for 2 copies of it. And I have 18 total in this, which we're going to sell here in a second. That's going to give us the equivalent of 3 of these ships, which means I can now afford to die not once, not twice, but 3 times. Obviously, that's going to scale as we go on. And it'll get harder and harder to do that with, just looting a few wrecks. But I strongly recommend, at least when you're first getting started, as I choke to death here. Let me take a drink. Jesus Christ. I had spicy wings and apparently it hit me in the throat. There we go. Diet Mountain Dew to the rescue. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Jesus Christ. Anyways, make sure you loot your wrecks when you first start. It's worth it. It's, you're going to make a killing. So once you've got your stuff, I've got this sorted. You can sort in a variety of reasons, but you can sort by estimated price, which is going to throw the... It's kind of weird because to me, you want it in estimated price reversed, which will put the most expensive items up here in the top and then scale them down. This, we want to click sell this item, and you don't want to sell it like that. You want to then follow it up with view market details, and then you can see, okay, there is one being sold for 16 million. I can sell this instantly for 9.6, or I can do this. And I can go, let's see, actually, let's just wipe the whole thing out and start over. So we're going to do 16, 8, 2, 0. 1, 2, 3. And that will give me fucking 14 million for this item. I don't know if this will ever sell here. In fact, it probably will not at this price. Well, it is a Republic fleet. If it was random junk, I probably wouldn't. But we're going to go ahead and give that a shot. Yes, we're going to go ahead and check that. And that's going to be listed. So you're going to see we're right here. So the difference here is I can sell this instantly for 9 million, which isn't bad. Or I can sell it for almost twice if I'm willing to wait a little bit. So I've got that set for 14 days. I think you can set that up to 3 weeks. And then we're going to liquidate these. The Tech 2 variants will sell because people will be coming here to equip ships. So it looks like the difference between here and for traders, this is kind of how you get your profits, by the way, is the difference or the distance between buying and selling is your profit margin. So for instance, if you can buy 1 million of these at 1.2, sell them at 1.6, you're making 400K profit a piece, and you do that a bunch, you make a lot of money. But you got to be careful with what you're doing it on because obviously not everything sells at the same rate. So we are going to go ahead and list these things, at least the high value modules, and I use that value or that that's subjective. Right now we're a newbie, so everything is pretty much high value for the most part. 1, 1, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3. And all I'm doing here is basically taking this and just listing it a little less than what's already there. That way that I'm up there in the #1 spot and have a better chance of selling the stuff. Now you want to be careful. Back in the day when I played EVE, they had what they called market PvP, which was 0, basically 0.1 changes over and over again, and I'll show you that here in a second. Let's do 0, 0, 9, 1, 2, 3. And what that basically meant is like I just undercut this guy by 1,000, so then he would come over here, right click, modify order, and then he could change it. But you'll notice right here, there's a broker fee every time you modify this. So if I modify this, I'm going to eat this cost every single time I do that. Well, you can modify these orders, I think it's every 5 minutes, Well, if you and another dude are doing this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you're both losing money. You're literally just pissing money away. Don't do it. If you want instantaneous gratification, just take the lower bid. Just sell it. If you don't mind waiting, then be patient. Hit this up and then fly away. Come back in, the next day, a couple days, whatever. Item is damaged. Of course it is. Cancel. So highlight, right click. Let's see. Repackage everything. Yes. Yep. And then can I repair things from here? I don't remember how to get repair quote. Repair all. Yep. Repair all. All right, we're good. Now we can repackage everything. Told you I got this shit from a wreck. All right, let's resort it. My price reversed, and there we go. Sell this item. But anyways, you can see that just by listing all of this stuff this way, I have drastically increased my profits. Well, I will if any of this shit sells. It may not. Most of the Tech 2 variations are going to sell. You may, as long as you're in a hub, don't sell this stuff anywhere. Sell it in the hub. So I believe .exe is one of the hubs for Galente. There's also, what is it? .exe, Rens, Heck, and Amar and Jitta. Those are the main hubs, I believe. Some of them are going to be better than others. Your mileage will vary. Either way, if you take the time to do this for your items and they do actually sell, you're going to make an order of magnitude more. Yeah, these two should be stacked. There we go. Want to definitely stack the items because otherwise I'm making 2 sell orders for the same item. 1, 2, 3, and that takes up slots. Because when you first start, you're only going to have so many sell orders. Like right now, I can do 13. So you can see right now, this is 23 million-esque. If you'll, there we go. Somebody's selling some shit, right? Or buying some shit. This is how you want to do it. And it's going to be tedious when you first start off. But again, this is an invaluable way to add extra funds to your wallet. All right. There we go. The rest of this shit I'm probably just going to leave here. I will sell the rockets. I think those will probably go. Market details. Let's see. What's ammo at? Ooh. 147.1. Okay. That's an extra 80,000 fucking ISK. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right. So it was 18 million ISK if I had sold it instantly. It's like 23 million because we've sold some stuff since we've listed it. So we're making our bank. The rest of the stuff, probably not really worth it. I'm gonna put these back in because those are my charges. Some of this stuff is good, but you have what you call meta levels. Let's see, meta levels. So you can see this is a meta level 1 item. Meta level 1 items, they're just kind of garbage. I think meta level 4 is kind of where things kick off, if I recall. It's been a long time since I've dealt with non-Tech 2 equipment. But yeah, the meta level 4s they're expensive, but they're pretty good. Wow, this is all just meta level 1 shit. So most of this stuff is probably not even worth listing it. You could reprocess it. Another option is something called high-sec buyback, where you can basically just sell this stuff to a third party and they will take it and they're going to give you about they will give you 90% of Jitta buy, which is, remember I just showed you guys the differences between the buy and sell orders. So this is the buy orders, this is the sell orders. So like for a Megathron, you can buy it for 388 million, or you can sell it for 388 million if you find one, but the buying people is 334. So right here, you think, well, I want 388, obviously. If you use high-sec buyback, they will give you 90% of this price, not this price. So you're going to take a hit, but you can sell it anywhere in high-sec. So it's kind of nice. If you guys want to see that, I can make a video for that a little bit later on. I don't think this ship is damaged at the moment. No, it is not. All right. So we're going to head back to the Warzone. I did just want to show you guys, though, that I did get kind of lucky there. I'm going to leave this stuff here. I'm going to take the ammo. We'll come back. My current fit is an absolute travesty, but I don't have any skills yet, and I don't want to spend my million skill points just yet until I kind of figure out what I want. But I think we're going to do the Kestrel. I'm also waiting on some money. We don't have a lot of money. So even if even if I were to spend my million skill points right now, I can't buy the Kestrel yet that I want to fly, or the hookbill. So it not only that, but I can't even afford the skills. So if I wanted to not do faction warfare, I would probably hit up the agency, probably do more of these missions, specifically the Soldier of Fortune and the Enforcer. Both of those are going to give you millions of ISK, and it will kind of beat this, but it's kind of more fun for me to do this specifically in faction warfare, which is kind of what I want to do. That's more of a personal restriction that I'm implementing on myself, not necessarily the most optimal way to do it. Also, I could go and do some exploration, which would be a really fast way to get ISK. Assuming I had a good run. This fit is trash, so do not use this fit. This fit is literally just the mission rewards that I got for running the mission, and I was just like, all right, that's not terrible. I mean, it's pretty terrible, but it's better than running an empty hull. So my goal now, we're going to go back to faction warfare. We're going to go into these green systems here. Probably Hades, maybe Filet, maybe Aranaku, Onach, or these here. And we're going to deplex. So we're going to defensive plex. So the nice thing about defensive plexing is you do not have to kill rats. You literally do not have to pull a trigger. You literally just go in there, sit, and wait for the timer. That's going to save us from having to have a functional fit. Because right now, we're 10 seconds old. We have no skill points. We have no ships. We have no money. So the goal is literally just to stay alive and just passively earn money. So in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to deplex safely, what you need to watch out for, how to do it without getting blown up. Let me rephrase. How to do it with having the least chance of getting blown up. So the safest way possible. Obviously, it is war. Shit happens. There's going to be times where you do everything right, and you're just going to have bad luck. I mean, you can scan a site, it's clear, you warp, and in the time that you're warping, somebody else is warping, you land at 0 on a fleet of 15, and you're just going to fucking die. That is what it is. But there are some tricks with directional scanners and things like that that we can cover that'll show you guys how to minimize that. And then we're going to make a little bit of LP, show you guys how to do that. We're going to loot some fields. And then I'm going to show you guys how to turn your LP into ISK. And then we're going to kind of see where we are. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about the series. If you're liking it, if there's anything specifically you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comment section down below. I do read all my comments. If you'd like to join me in faction warfare, or just make your own faction warfare tune, there is a link in the video description below that will give you 1,000,000 skill points for free, just like I've got right here. This will shave off about a month of training and save you literally a month of time and allow you to instantly transition into some of these more difficult ships to get into and speed up your damage dealing abilities and your content. So if you'd like to do that, the link's in the description. Hit that up. Helps you, helps me, and it would be appreciated. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.